Hi and hello. Welcome into the show. I'm your host, Amanda Rose, and this is the Gratitude Incarnate podcast. You guys, I am really hyped up right now. I just finished up this free Queendom Mastermind from Coach Mel Wells. You guys, this was massive for me on so many levels. I've had so many breakthroughs, so many takeaways while I was doing the program. And now that it's over, the downloads are just, it's like a flood, and I am just filled with gratitude. I have made some really big decisions in moving forward in my career and focusing on my why for this planet. I'm so grateful right now. Try not to get choked up. So yesterday I probably journaled 20 pages straight on my business and what it means for me and what it means for the world. And I received so much clarity because I was open to it. And that's what that program helped me do. And like I said, I'm just so filled with gratitude. And in doing this, I started calling in the next steps of this process by taking these action steps, by signing up for the free class, by showing up live every single day, no matter what was going on. 2 days out of those 3 days, I was working while I was watching and listening, okay? Like nothing was stopping me from going to those classes. Fortunately for me, my cleaning job that I have, the cleaning business that I own, Southern Accents Housekeeping, I've done that for so long, and I've really figured out a system of procedures for that and patterns and habits, and I can almost do that with my eyes closed. So I know it needs to be done at my job, so that gave me an ability to be able to do both things. Plus, I'm a manifesting generator, which means, I can actually multitask. So really excited about this. Another huge thing that happened, when we take these action steps, guys, the universe gives us gifts. And they're so powerful and they're so exciting. You can hear it in my voice. I am just so full of gratitude. And this is what builds your abundant life. This is what my message is all about. Being the abundance architect. Being gratitude incarnate. Okay, so Michaela J, if you don't know who she is by now, I don't think you've been listening to my podcast because I talk about her all the time. I absolutely adore her. I'm in love with her. She is my spirit guide in the flesh, and I've told her many times. Well, recently she's been she's getting ready to launch some new programs, and I don't know if I'm really financially ready for that right now. All the coaches, they tell you, jump in, dive in. Well, you actually have to have the money for that. And what she does is super valuable, and she puts a price on that reflects her value. And the beautiful thing about what she does is she offers something for everyone at every level, okay? And just a little side note, just because I call myself the abundance architect, that's not always associated with money. We can have an abundant life without ever having money. I wholeheartedly believe that. Now, I love money. Money loves me. And I work every day on creating a healthier relationship with money. That doesn't mean that being the abundance architect means I'm a billionaire right now, okay? Like, that's just the simplest, easiest way that I can put it, I'm sure along this journey, people might hear things like this and be like, how are you the abundance architect and, you can't afford a coaching program? It's not that I can't afford it. It's that I am working on building my relationship with money, and I need to prioritize other things right now. And that's just all there is to it. So I've come, I'm okay with that. I'm content with where I'm at, but I'm not going to get comfortable with it. And that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today. But before we get into that, you guys go and check her out. Go on Instagram, the Michaela J. Go to her website, themichaelaj.com, and find these resources for yourself. Definitely sign up for her email, because she is going to tell you every single thing that's going on and every single offer she has in those emails, including podcast episodes. And that's the thing, is like, as you go on your journey, you just have to find out what you can do with what you have. That's what being gratitude incarnate is all about, is about being grateful for this moment right now and appreciating what you have and making the most of it. Okay. That's how we express our gratitude for what we have, is by making the most of it. So, maybe you can't afford I don't like saying it like that. Maybe you're not ready to invest in the coaching program right now. Okay. That's fine. But what does that coach offer that you can have access to? A lot of times coaches will offer free master classes, free workbooks, and things like that to help launch their program that they have coming up, or for various reasons. So a lot of times you can have access to those things, not on the level that you would get, the same value you would get if you were a paying client, but they still have so much to offer. Like she has the podcast. Same thing with Mel Wells. She has a podcast that she offers for free as well. So, and the master classes, the workbooks. Michaela J also just released a free ebook called Rich and Ridiculous. You guys, you need to go find her. Get the link to this workbook. Okay. I worked on it last night. I went through the whole workbook. It's like 24 pages, which is amazing. That's so much content for free, you guys. And there are these amazing journal prompts. So I took what I learned from that first masterclass, utilized it. Okay. That's important. You can't just learn something. You have to actually implement it. You have to put in the work, do the action steps. Okay. So when I did the action steps from that Queendom Mastermind, then the universe was like, okay, you've done the work. Here's the next gift, which was Michaela J sending out that email about that free e-workbook. My goodness. So that's what I'm saying. I journaled so many pages last night, and I got clear on what I wanted. And that is so important in manifestation, because when we get clear, that allows us to take the action steps. And when we take the action steps, that allows us to call in our desires. Oh, it's so good. So I am just on a happy high right now. This morning, it's not even morning anymore. Oh my gosh. It's 1:31. So it is a gorgeous day, okay? And it's raining. And you really don't hear people say that too much. And here's the thing, you guys. This is how we embody gratitude, by being grateful for everything and every moment. The beauty in the sky right now. In South Carolina, it can be raining and there can still be clouds and sun, okay? The weather is wacky here, and it could be anything, anytime. And the sacred water is literally falling from the sky. I mean, how beautiful is that? And it washes away things, and it cleanses things, and it nurtures things, and it allows them to grow. It's so beautiful. I just had brunch at one of my favorite restaurants, and I'm sipping on my sweet tea, which, if you're a Southern girly, you know about sweet tea. And, I went by the Healing Bar, and I got some things to celebrate myself and to celebrate the work that I've done, and to just draw in more of that abundance. These are the building blocks. These things that I have are the building blocks of creating that abundant life. Okay. We need the blueprint, but we also need the tools and the supplies. So that's how my day's been so far. And I've basically been rambling on for the last 10 minutes, so I guess we need to get into today's message. So today's message is a really simple one, but it's not always easy, okay? When we're on this journey of embodying gratitude, of being gratitude incarnate, we must learn how to recognize the duality in our lives, okay? We need to learn to be content with what we have, to be grateful for it. But at the same time, we cannot get comfortable and settle into that, okay? There's definitely a time that we need to recognize what we've manifested, to recognize the abundance, to recognize what we're receiving, and to have gratitude for it, okay? And we can appreciate what we have right now, but that doesn't mean that we have to get comfortable with where we're at, okay? This whole journey is about betterment. It's about progressing to the highest level of your being. So throughout this process, you have to learn to be content. Have you ever found yourself like just being ungrateful for what you have? Like maybe you got a new car and then 2 years later you backed into something and there's a big dent in the back, and the covers coming off of your knobs, and your steering wheel might be starting to not look so fresh and new anymore. And when these things happen, a lot of times, first of all, it's because we're not caring for them the way that we should, and showing that appreciation by expressing our gratitude with care, okay? But a lot of times when that happens, we don't always have that self-awareness, and we start to stop having that same appreciation that we once had. So, now you might see that dent in the back of your car and be like, oh, I'm so tired of driving around this dented up car. I need something new. It's great to call in your desire, but if you're not being thankful for what you have right now, why in the world would the universe ever give you more? You've got to think about that. You're just when you focus on what you don't want, you're going to call in more of that. So before you know it, you might end up with another dent on your car, and maybe another one. And then before you know it, you're getting another car, but not for the reasons you wanted, okay? So that's my message for you today. Focus today on how you can be content with where you are, what you have, and who you are. All right? Give gratitude and thanks for that. Express that gratitude by caring for those things, by showing appreciation for those things with your actions and not just your words. Okay? You guys are really the best. Like, I could do this podcast for eternity just to know it helped one person. That's how I know I love this. That's what keeps me going every day, because somebody needs to hear this. And if you know of somebody in your life that needs to hear this, share this podcast with them gently, with love. Okay? Have a grateful day, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.